Sometimes the most important battle is the battle within.
Fight!
Power protect you all.
Slipstream over here. Out of the way. Slipstream over here. Out of Slipstream over here. Take it from here. Tyrannosaurus. Tyrannosaurus!
What's up, man? I took my meds already, so I'm probably not gonna be out for long tonight.
Better luck next time.
I won't let
3, 2, 1, fight!
May the power protect you all.
Slipstream over here. Out of the way. Shall we dance? Follow my lead. Here's the finale.
And may the power protect you all.
Let's go! What I seek is a use for my power beyond fighting.
you doing tonight, man? I'm having quite the good day because I got the battle pass on KOF All-Star, and I got basically everything. Basically maxed everything out, most of it. And I don't know when he won the money either. That's the nice thing is I got one donation this morning, and then someone else who comes in here, Radical, I sold him some of my Humble Choice games. So I got the Battle Pass. I'm really not missing that much at all. I got almost everything, so I'm very happy about that. There's still like about 9 days left, so should be able to get the rest. I guess I'm not playing Grid tonight. There's just no one on. He's probably going to get desperate and match me with somebody who's barely played. He tends to do that. It's like, you need to get up, see? So you need to get this guy into a match right now.
I'm not afraid to lose. I'm afraid to give up.
2, 1, fight!
Formation sword! Quantum leap!
Alright, never mind. We got some B&Bs.
Quantum leap!
And now you.
Shall we dance?
Struggling to learn to do these combos in an actual fight. I don't blame him, it's hard.
Press it for you!
Damn it. both struggling here. This match is just drop combo city. Not easy to play as Chun at all. Can still win this maybe.
May the power protect you all.
Well, that match was spaghetti. Everybody's dropping combos out here. That's what happens when you play as Chun,
That's how
though.
we do
Chun
it.
is really hard
Cut
to play.
Ranger style.
The thing about this game you gotta understand is, you know, you look at the combo videos on Twitter and like, man, this game looks so busted, so easy, but then actually doing that in a match is a whole other story. It's not easy, especially with some characters. Adam, Chun.
Sometimes the most important battle is the battle within.
Fight!
Right back! Over here!
See what you got.
For you.
Ooh!
I'll be back!
Yeah, the autocorrect on that is really strong.
I'll be back! For you.
Yeah, that's not worth doing too.
Looks like you could use a little help.
Not at all.
Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Follow my lead. Here's the finale. Over here. Over here for you. Right back.
Autocorrect's too strong on that.
I'll be back. Slipstream out of step. Over here. Slipstream over here. Shall we dance? Follow my lead. Time for action. Here's the finale. Shall we dance? Follow my lead. Here's the finale.
Megazord ready. Victory is fun. Megazord ready.
Yeah, but the combos you see online, they're not always practical. That's what I'm trying to say.
Die!
Combos, I don't really do any super advanced stuff. I can still win.
Slipstream over here. Slipstream over here. Shall we dance? Follow my lead. Here's the finale.
Megazord ready.
Because I aim for stuff I can actually land consistently in a match. I don't really do combo video stuff.
Every frog has his day.
My success rate's pretty high. I mean, I definitely do drop stuff, but this definitely is a game where you can do those Twitter combos in a match, but you're putting yourself at risk. That's the thing. You can just do something more practical. I can't do Ryu's advanced stuff, but I still can still do like 90% of their bar from round start, so it doesn't really matter, and it's easy to land. My success rate's high. It's a gamble doing high execution stuff.
And may the power protect you all.
Oh, come on. Should not have done that second fierce. I botched this match. Botched it. They tried to do something I'm not used to doing. Cost me. I'm not coming back from this. Unless he calls like every assist out he has it once. There's no way I'm coming back from this. Yeah, it's over. That's totally my fault. I didn't capitalize. could have killed his assist. Could have killed Jason. Yeah, you're gonna teabag. You know you almost got your ass beat, right? Come on now. You're better than that. No, I don't want to play because this guy just wants to teabag. Let's play something else. I love playing this game when you just get the same annoying people on. It stops being fun. Let's play something else. I know that guy probably would rage quit if I had beaten him too. Usually people that teabag do that. That one mistake cost me. I keep forgetting that his Ryu Super, the Shinku Hadouken, it does not OTG, which is really weird because the graphic indicates that it should, but it doesn't. It's like it's not really easy to chain his EX into his Super. That's one thing that like most of the characters can do really easily without any timing. Just push the Super command after. But with him, if you do his EX Tatsu, it's basically, you're like rolling the dice because of the way that the attack makes them react. Sometimes they'll go the opposite direction, so you never want to do that either. If you do it off DP, there's a chance it won't get full damage because they will fall into it. It's one thing that's really janky about him. Like, if I had pushed the button like fast enough to not get that second hit, I think I probably could have had the momentum in that match, but I made a mistake. Cost me. There's no coming back from that. Like how the guy teabagged. He knew he was done. I made a very crucial mistake. That's still worth a teabag. All right. The audacity of some people. I don't teabag people. No, I could lose at any time. I'm not in the mood to get pissed off today. I've had a pretty good day today, so I don't think I'm gonna play anymore tonight. Maybe at the end of the stream, I might fire it up again. More iframes I'll take because I have Drake chest, which gives you hyper armor. We're only missing one special card on KOF. I got everything else, so when I get paid on the first, I should be able to get pity. So yeah, I'll have everything. I actually finish the collab mostly. As much as I was like over that game, that collaboration is very good. I think they learned from the Dead or Alive one. The Dead or Alive one was very stingy. This one was pretty much just if you just sit down and play the game every day for a little bit. Pretty much we'll get most things. It gave you enough free stuff to get like one pity pretty much. Because I had nothing when I came back. Helps that it's a collaboration I actually care about too. I'm not big on Dead or Alive. Especially since they didn't have any cool characters like Zack or Hayabusa. Just Moe blobs. That was a real buzzkill to me. At least they have Viking. The Guilty Gear collab selection's not much better, but at least they have Viking and Soul. Take what I can get, even though my boy Chip's not there. Because obviously we're going to go that route, those. The Moe blobs and stuff make money. But besides their questionable character choices, collaboration itself is very good. And if they do more of that, I will stick around. Take the score points. I got 17 core points, so let some arm pieces drop to get a fat damage boost. Right now I have no damage. No damage items have dropped yet. And no, on grid, if you can reset somebody, if you can land resets consistently, then you don't even need to do the Twitter combos then either. It's just grid's a game where, you know, you can do a lot of damage without having to rely on, like, a reset or something. But resets are always an option too. It's not, like, really required to be at, like, Twitter combo video level. I proved that. And I'm pretty decent at the game, but I don't, like, really lab a lot in it. I should lab more. It's just, the problem is the Switch port sucks for that game. Pretty much all it's good for is training mode. I mean, it says, pretty big deal, they had to remove the after images from Atom's Super because the consoles couldn't handle it. But they, like, still haven't fixed the Switch port. It's definitely the worst way to play the game. Marvel 3 on Vita was pretty much the same way, too. That was not a good way to play that game. But for just training mode, it was nice. You know, you had a tournament, you're at work or whatever. You could still, like, practice on the game. It's just for, like, actually taking the game seriously was a shitty way to play it. Grid's pretty much, you can play it competitively, but you can only use certain stages. Because the other ones, there's too much lag, and the people that are playing on more powerful platforms have a distinct advantage. perfect. Lots of damage now. Although one thing about Grid is that it has really good netcode, so that does help the case of being at Twitter combo video level. It's like, the problem in a lot of other fighting games is like that stuff would be practical, but the netcode makes it not practical. Whereas in Grid, the netcode is very good, so... Yeah, the Vita port of Marvel 3, it's really only good for training mode. At least at the time. Grid port, you have to make a lot of concessions, compromises to use it as a competitive platform. Training mode is completely fine. I know when they do tournaments for that game, they have to ban like half the levels because they lag. And only the person that's on the Switch will be affected by it, pretty much. All the other platforms will be fine. So they have to ban those levels because the game has crossplay with everything. So obviously it's pretty unfair to have like play on a level that the Switch lags on, the other person's like struggling to land stuff because the frame rate's not consistent, and then like somebody like me that plays on PC, the game is like silky smooth, 144 FPS, never drops a frame. It's a shame they can't really fix that port, but I don't really think it's entirely their fault. Dragon Ball FighterZ port on Switch is not that great either. Yeah, people used to take the Vita version of Marvel 3 to tournaments. They would practice. A lot easier to carry than a laptop. There was no PC port for the game back then, of course, either, so the Vita was like pretty much the only option. PC port didn't come until like just a couple years ago, actually. Fairly recent. Capcom got the license back, they ported it. I haven't looked at the tournament rules for a while, but I remember I did enter a few tournaments for the game back when it came out, and it took them a while to really finalize what's fair for everybody because they have cross-platform, so a lot harder to organize tournaments for that game when there's distinct technical advantages and disadvantages. That's a hell of a haul there. 10 damage. Nice. Could have gotten some core points from there, but I'm just gonna take this. Make the next 2 levels really easy. Damage is gonna be through the roof. 10 damage is a lot. Nice then to put an auto scroller when I'm I'm on a timer. Nice. I lost that. No fault of my own. Put a damn auto scroller there. Real big move game. No way I can speed that up. There wasn't anything good in there anyway, so it doesn't matter, but the principle of it pisses me off. Screwed over by an auto scroller. Not bad. A little slow at the start there. Really picked up. I've seen so much just complaining about this game in the Discord. I'm like, I don't have any problem with this game at all. Yes, they need to add more variety. Yes, Ace is not as good as Nina, and his powers that he has, you don't really need them. I mean, you barely see me use them. But I think the game's in a good spot. And they have my trust, because I was in early access for the first game for like, how many years was it? The game was in early access for like over 3 years. So I know that they'll fix things in time. It's just people need to realize that they're working with pixel art now. They are not working with cheap skeletal animation. So it takes a lot longer to fix things, add the levels and stuff. They have like a better level designer now and everything. It's just going to take longer than people like, which is ironically what's happening with Skull. The Skull has a very similar art style to 30XX, and they just put out a development letter saying like, look, we're trying to fix the ports because the console ports are really buggy, and we don't have enough manpower to do the update. So they're like, they said they're literally hiring new people. It's like, yeah, that game has amazing pixel art and sprite work. It's not something that they can just crap out. As much as they want to, they chose a very attractive but very painstaking art style to work with. So, as much money as that game made, they can't just crap it out. It's just weird that people want that. It's like, well, you know, do you want it to look like a Flash game? Because if it did, then they would have had that shit fixed like months ago. But they want it to actually be taken seriously and not look like a cheap mobile game. So, unfortunately, that comes with sacrifices. Sacrifices had to be made when you're doing pixel art, at least of that quality. It seems like, from what they show, they're like completely changing the sprites, the animations and stuff, and that's not an easy task. But I know Skull sold very well, so I guess they have the money to do it. A lot of indies don't. I'm just used to being in 20XX's, the first game. I'm used to being in the early access for that. It took them a long time to get the game done. Yeah, they're completely changing the sprites. Some of the sprites. Not all of the sprites, but some of them. You can look at their developer letter. They actually are changing a lot of it. It's just people don't seem to understand, like, well, nobody wants a cheap-looking Flash game, but there's sacrifices that come with not doing that. Meaning it takes a lot more time. That's the thing with NeoWiz games, though, is like, they're all pretty good, but most of them have really good pixel art, so even if it seems like obvious, something that should be fixed, then it's not easy for them to do it. One I would say is an exception is Metal Unit. That game does not have good pixel art, but because of that, they made some pretty major changes to that game. I think amateurish art style really helped that game. I need to play that game more. Haven't played it that much since it got for release. What's up, Gro? How you doing, man? When is the premiere of Battle for the Grid on GrowTube TV? You need to give degenerates like me our time on your channel. If your viewers say it's a kid's game, then you ban them. Like, dude, that kid's game has, like, everything you need to be a good fighting game. Crossplay, rollback, lobbies with spectators. Like, your favorite Japanese companies are getting bodied by that game. In terms of functionality, at least. Definitely not graphics or, like, having a popular fighting game IP, but... like, it's actually pretty pathetic how much most of the other fighting games pale in comparison to that one in terms of actually playing it. But you know how the fighting game community is, they complain about fighting games but they don't actually play them. Just like to go online and argue about them but they don't actually play them. That was a good fight. Yeah, pretty much. The thing about the Grid community is they actually play the fucking game. They don't complain about every other game. It's like they actually play the game, and playing that game online is better than almost any Japanese game right now. I'd say the only one that really comes close is Strive. But Strive has that fucking Habbo Hotel lobby system, which looks really bad. But I mean, at least it has rollback. But functionality-wise, it still pales in comparison to like Skullgirls, Killer Instinct, and Grid, which are all Western developed games. No, it's more like a lot of them don't play games at all. They just like to argue. you don't actually play them. And Marvel Infinite is it's not a bad game. It's just it's ugly looking, and it pretty much takes a shit all over the legacy of those games, with the roster choices being clearly chosen to promote the movies instead of like actually show some respect to people that, you know, got Marvel to where it is. Big reason why the Marvel movies are the way they are is because people like us in the 90s, you know, we were engaging in all that stuff, like the cartoons and the games and stuff. They were struggling for money back then. They're not now, obviously, but... and that game just kind of takes a dump all over that. Characters got chosen not because they're good fits or because they're popular, literally just because they're in the movies. Like, that was more important. But, I mean, if you can look past that, it's a very functional game. I had a lot of fun playing it. And the netcode was very good. I think I only had like maybe a handful of laggy matches in that game. I mean, it had what mattered, gameplay and functionality. Oh, the marketing didn't do it any favors. Yeah, basically just telling people that the characters they grew up with in the 90s when Marvel was struggling to make money and make ends meet. No, those characters don't matter. Here's Captain Marvel. Here's Rocket Raccoon. Fuck off with that. I don't know how they were expecting anything other than a... backlash from that, like... I mean, they were saying that about a series that literally had the voice actors from the cartoon voicing them, and you say their functions. Like, what? We had the entire voice cast there, like... The whole thing about it was the cartoon come to life with teaming up with Street Fighter, which was that was the height of its popularity at that time. Something that people never thought would happen, but it did. Problem is that Marvel got bought out by Disney, and then Disney started getting really greedy, and they had a bunch of bullshit rules. I don't know, that didn't bother me. I don't really think he meant that. I'm pretty sure he was told to say that, because there was no turning back from how bad the backlash was at that point. I really don't believe that he meant that. What bothered me is that they sold that game did one of those interviews, they said, like, we're going to support this game for years to come, so basically selling the game on false advertising, because that did not happen. But, like, also the pretense that, or the assumption that, you know, okay, our roster sucks now, it doesn't have any of the characters you actually want. They didn't even recycle the good characters from 3. But, you know, maybe they'll be added later. But that didn't happen. They did one season pass and then stopped. The support just died. That's what pissed me off about that game. Meanwhile, Battle for the Grid did the opposite. Battle for the Grid only had like 9 characters at the start, but they've added a lot of really cool characters. And they're not afraid to add somebody who's not like super popular or well-known or really big nostalgia bait, like 18 versions of Tommy, just because they know that there's lots of really cool characters in that franchise that aren't popular, but they're fucking cool for fighting games. I really respect the game for that. As somebody, that's one of the few like crossover games where I've actually watched the source material. I really like the roster in that game. Not afraid to give you shit like Geki Violent and Candelira. Not popular characters in the slightest, but what is the consensus on Strive now that it got that patch like last month? Do people like the game more? I tried playing the game, but I just thought it was boring. Felt like trying to cater to the esports crowd. The game just wasn't really fun to play. Didn't feel like there was a lot to explore. That generally seems to be the consensus about that game. Like, functionality-wise, a Japanese studio actually took the online seriously, but just, like, not really a whole lot to it. Good fight. Wow. Perfect fight. Handled that very well. Good fight. I love this game. It's just fun to just turn on and play. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Blank. I hate these fuckers. Run away and shoot some more, why don't you? You know, fucking gun guy, man, I hate him. Damn annoying. Stop shooting. Had this spike completely under control. That asswipe had to spawn. Bastard. Fucking gun guy. I hate them with every ounce of my being. They have perfect AI. Like, they will just run from you. They're always out of, like, your active hitboxes. Can't believe someone got 2 million. They must have, like, full combo the entire game. I got hit a couple times there. I could definitely take second place for sure. 34, which is not bad. Which is like the top time with this character on this difficulty. Din's playing with, these two are playing with Dolphin, so I guess you could call it a record. I don't really care about records, but oh, that was fun. Got my my beat 'em up fix. Alright, well, I think I'll go back on grid and try to get some games going, and then, if I can't find anybody, I think I might just stop there, actually. I'm pretty tired. I woke up at, like, 3 in the morning last night, and it wasn't because of a stress dream like it normally is. It's just, like, I went to bed too early, I think. You know, these streams actually do help me sleep. If I try to go to bed too early, then I wake up in the middle of the night, which can be hard for me, especially if there's no, like, comfy streams for me to watch. But I've started to follow a lot of people from Japan and Korea because they're on at ass o'clock for me. It's usually what I do after I stop streaming. I'll try to go back on grid. How about that? That's all I really feel like doing tonight. I don't feel like starting a new game. It's too late. See if anyone's on. If I get some good fights. If not, I'm gonna call it early today.
Back to action!
3, 2, 1, fight!
Hadouken! Natsubaki Tepuka!
Check this out.
think it was a mistake to go back on this game.
Tyrannosaurus!
Oh, I'm not finished
Won't
yet.
let you down! Out of sight! Slipstream over here! Out of sight! Slipstream over here! Shall we dance? Follow my lead! Here's the finale! Morphin time! Shall we dance? Follow my lead! Here's the finale! Slipstream! Slipstream! Over here! Out of the way! Shall we dance? Follow my lead! Here's the finale!
What I seek is a use for my power beyond fighting.
Holy shit, this guy's level. I don't think I'm winning this one. I have an extreme amount of doubt that I'll come out of this one alive. Especially a Draken player. Yeah. Nice. Tried to get him. Yeah.
Snack time!
Shall we dance? Follow my lead! Here's the finale!
Victory is
Holy shit! This match. You're not gonna let me tick throw you, huh? You're too smart for that. Yep. That's why you're level like 1300. Yeah. No coming back from this one. That happy birthday was the only chance I had. Runs over. No super? Nice anti-air.
The fall of the Power Rangers!
Sometimes the most important battle is the battle within.
1. Fight!
Hadouken!
got this.
Hadouken!
Formation.
Oh, nice! That was sick. I like it.
I got next. Slipstream. Tyrannosaurus. Maximum.
Maximum.
Time for action.
Nice incoming there. I think I'm just gonna go to bed, folks. I'm starting to get really tired. I'm not in a top gameplay condition right now. I'm getting hit by all these resets and incoming mix-ups. Like that. Nice reset.
Tyrannosaurus.
I think I'm gonna call it a night, folks. I already took my meds, so that's not helping either. My antidepressants and stuff, they make me tired. I took it like 2 hours ago.
Better luck next
Probably
time.
starting to kick in. Alright, folks. I want to admit defeat for tonight and get some rest. Probably work on the new games later today, I guess. Thanks for watching. Besides that, I did fix my streaming issues. I had to talk to their support, but I did get that fixed. So, all the games that were laggy before for you guys, that's no longer an issue. I did extensive testing, so that will help in the future for sure. Other than that, I don't think much is really going on next month, so you can look forward to more of the usual rotation games, and probably some KOF All-Star, and maybe a couple indie games if anything interesting comes out, but I already looked pretty extensively. I couldn't really find anything, so yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll probably go back on in the afternoon if I feel like it, but the same time in the afternoon, there's a lot of streams I like to watch, so I guess it depends on that. But yeah, I've got a little small backlog right now. There's a couple of games with mods that I haven't touched yet, so I'll probably be looking into those for the next few weeks. Thanks for watching.